Alright, hello, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video here. So, we have Garlic Jr. here, of course. Now, I have, run through doing all of this sort of 55% showcases with him. He seems pretty decent, although I'm not sure how good he is, yet. He is really crazy. Especially for being a free-to-play LR. Really more so what I need to see from him is specifically how good is he? I know he's good, but in contention with other top LRs in the game, I really don't know just yet, given off the 55% experience. Now, as you can see probably from the stats, I have actually at this point put the dupes in that I could afford. With the battlefield memory, thankfully I could afford 3 dupes, but it's really unfortunate. It's really annoying, right? That for whatever fucking reason, they just will not give out more of this currency with the battlefield. So, hopefully, eventually they give in or find some other way to give it out, right? Even if it's something like, I threw this out in one of the videos talking about, Garlic Jr. with, maybe they just add it as a bonus where you can get battlefield memory with the pixel character. They already give us a ton of resources there, the Kais and the Dragon Stones and the meats, and they give us a little bit of everything. So I feel like maybe if they add some battlefield memory, it wouldn't be too far-fetched, right? I don't know. But anyway, I have my build made for him. I have actually used him once since putting the dupes into him. Specifically, I did use him for the intensifying the fight, page 11. Don't know when that'll go up, but, I did clear that with him. Didn't really get to see much of him in that. So what I want to do here, essentially, is just a good throwing the team at the wall and seeing what sticks here, I guess. This is the Rose Zamasu fight. I don't know how well it's going to go. I don't know if this is the exact same team comp I will use the entire way through. But I figure instead of doing Gohan Goten Trunks or, well, I suppose the other main fight I use is the first stage of Gohan Goten Trunks. I don't want to fuck around with the attempt limits. They can get pretty annoying. And my opening rotation luck has not been the best recently. So this is primarily meant as a showcase for 89% Garlic Jr. with the equips and everything. However, this isn't if he's in slot 7, I'll probably restart, but if he's in the second rotation or if he gets locked in slot 3 or something, I'm gonna play it out. Because another thing I want to do here, now I've actually not really used Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that much in the post GDC meta. What little I had used of him, I wasn't the most enthusiastic about. However, I will say, so this is a double 200% lead. But I think he actually will look better defensively here than he looks on a 220, specifically because of the Goma support as well as getting AGL Kid Gohan, his support. So I don't know how this is going to go, but I really want to see more of these two, in particular Garlic Jr., but Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as well. I may swap out Gohan at some point, but with that out of the way, let's jump in. We'll see what happens here. Like I said, I'm just intending to go for a solid hour here or something. I know that it'll be... You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, man. I don't know that it'll be a straight hour of attempts, but, I may cut at some point. I don't know. But that's sort of the goal here. Just keep doing a bunch of attempts. And that way, I don't need to worry about, attempt limits with, the Gohan Goten Trunks stages. I guess I can't use a Rainbow Goma friend, but, 90% is still really good. So, let's jump in now. We'll see how this goes. This is perfect. As long as he's not locked into slot 3, of course, which may very well happen here, but even still, like I said, if that is the case, I'm not going to reset. We'll just play it out either way. And I believe both these intros will play. You know, his animations are like so crazy as well. At least like the intro. I actually still have not even seen the revive, unfortunately. Fucking hell. So Buhan's locked on slot 2. I suppose the best play is floating off Garlic Jr. here. He's at 434,000. Although, how exactly to go about that, I don't know. I think if I go for the physical key spheres, I can probably... that's fucked. I suppose the physical key spheres do still give him its effect, though, so it's not the biggest deal, but that is really unfortunate. I would definitely prefer being able to, you know, go for the AGL key spheres at all time. I haven't had this issue yet with Garlic Jr., but hey, come on, don't do me like that, Goma. Come on, I need you to dodge, buddy. I haven't had this issue yet with him, but I will say, I don't think I'm the best at like keeping track of like orbs like that. You know, like over the course of several turns. So when using Garlic Jr., I suppose that is something you have to keep in mind. Like, it's only once only, and it's not like visually you can actually see, okay, I have 60% damage reduction. You know, we have the symbol for damage reduction now, which is really great. You know, before, when you didn't have the symbol for guard or damage reduction. You know, that back in my day, right? Although it wasn't that long ago. I mean, even 2023, one of the big characters of the year, right? The Tech 23rd World Tournament Goku. I mean, that was a big issue with him. Like, he was so dominant, you know, under the condition that he was actually having his guard up. Now, post-revive, he did have it for free, so I do wonder, like, how exactly they're going to treat him upon his EZA, I presume next year. Okay, so getting the hit of potential is pretty good. Rose's already super good, hasn't he? Okay.
The plants and animals that I love. Please protect them. I'm counting on you.
You're gonna pay for everything you've done!
My name is Glorio, the king of the third demon world sent me.
Okay, and this is perfect, actually. With Gohan locked into slot 2, I mean, obviously I'd want to float off Glorio anyway. But specifically, because this is a 2-enemy fight, we can get a lot of his build-up here, so this should work out very effectively. How much key spheres, or rather key does he get per key sphere? Yeah, see, I knew he had something, so it's 1. I do need the extra key on him. I suppose the physical would work. Because I'm trying to consider, I do want to save orbs for, you know, Garlic Jr. next turn, so I guess that's what I'll use the AGL key spheres for over there. Oh, actually, no, never mind. Fuck, I forgot that I floated him off already. See, I don't like to float characters off, so it slipped my mind immediately. Okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens here. Now, particularly... Really, Goma? Particularly with Gohan, I mean, the amount of support he's going to have, both from, like, you know, Glorio, as well as, like, once again, AGL Kid Gohan, or, like, specifically even the Goma Supers, right? I mean, we get the 12 key, or even an additional 12 key. I mean, most of the time we should have a solid, like, 40% SA effect, sort of support up for him, which will be very, very good, especially, you know, when he loses out on all of his additionals, which, honestly, I feel like that's more so the issue with this guy, right? I honestly really liked how he performed in the 10th anniversary meta, but I was not a fan of how they like all of his additionals just go away after like the first 2 appearances. Like I just, it's a really stupid design. They should have thought about it a bit, changed something up. Because as good or not as he may be, before or now, right? It's just a really shitty feeling when you have a character who's doing like 80 million attacks and then he loses all of them. And the thing is, I mean, he doesn't even, like, if he was doing more damage overall, if he was more tanky overall, that'd be one thing, right? That would be one thing. But he's not, actually. That's the thing. Sure, like, the individual stat from the HMP will be pretty high. But overall, I mean, when you're considering all of the attacks he can get in, I suppose, I mean, the crit does add a bit to it, but, you know, if you have crit in your hidden potential and you get that, you know, like, I don't know, he just doesn't feel the most well-designed, but at least for him, his sort of mishap in design was, you know, he could still be used, you know, he wasn't like Goku Frieza or Blue Evolution Vegeta, right? At least he was still pretty solid. Even people that don't like him so much, like I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's the biggest disappointment of the 10th anniversary. I don't really get that, but you know, at least like I don't think if you can say that you were the most disappointed in him personally, right? You're a big Super Saiyan 2 Gohan fan, and I really like that moment. Father-son Kamehameha, don't get me wrong. You could say you're a big Super Saiyan 2 Gohan fan. I get that. And you're like, it was the biggest disappointment for me personally. Like, fair enough. But I don't think anyone, and if you are, I just think you're kind of wrong, is saying that he's the worst of the bunch. I don't know. I did like him pre-GDC. I know a lot of people didn't, but it just, they should have done a better job. I hate the way that they handled a lot of stuff with 10th anniversary, because I do really think, like, overall, I'm trying to decide what I want to do here, by the way. I'm not just like talking and talk. I don't know, like, because AGL Kid Gohan, like, if there's a super there, I'm just dead. Right, that's what I'm trying to consider right now. Although if I use the giant form too early, you know, I'm kind of screwed as well. I think I need to play it out, though, honestly. I think this is probably the best call. I don't think it's a good call, but, you know, this will allow me to be able to have Goma's tool available to use, of course. And literally first attack, too. See, this is why I was hesitating. Really? He didn't take as much damage as I would have thought he would have, to be honest. I mean, you have to consider that Rose, you know, Zamasu was still alive, and Rose had been built up, was it 2 or 3 times at that point? So, it's not as terrible as I would have thought, to be honest. Now, here, this looks like a death sentence, but I really need that's actually perfect. Slot 1 to be locked is what I was about to say. Okay. I mean, I could work with this. It's not great, but I can work with this. So long as it's not like a super immediately, I suppose. So he's at 482,000. And we do have the 60% damage reduction. So he should be pretty decent here. I mean, not like perfect, but... Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, normals just really destroy him. You know, I will say, like, AoE normals, I don't really find to be that big of an issue for him, because of the fact that Goma's support in that scenario is obviously usually up. You don't really need to worry about it, or at least I haven't. Now that looks terrible. I mean, what's the best thing even there? Slot 2 being locked? But we just saw how that played out. Oh my god, there's no way. See, and this is one of those times where I will just fucking back out. I'm not, listen, I really like Glorio. I'm not doing it. If he was in slot 2, I'd risk it. You know, I don't like to not have the support, but I'd risk it. In slot 1, you got me fucked up. That's not happening, especially with no other support active at that point. We're also not going to do that shit. Both the Gomas on 1 rotation. See, and this is why I said, like, I'll jump in for, like, a solid hour or something. You know, I made note of, like, the attempt limits, as well as I also made a note of, I think I have had pretty bad luck with my opening rotation RNG recently.
Alright, let's do this.
I don't even want to, like, play that out, right? See, once again, can we not do that? Just give me a Goma on each rotation. You know, and if I have to, like, float the fucker off or something, I'll work through it. But just give me 1 on each rotation and let me decide where to go from there, okay, game?
Let's do this.
I would definitely prefer that. Yeah, this is... I'm not going to say perfect, because I feel like it's going to be Garlic Jr. locked in slot 3 next turn, but this is pretty ideal. So we'll see how this plays out. And see, AGL Kid Gohan is in slot 3. Now, this is actually pretty good, because the AoE will hit him. He'll be perfectly fine. And his support will go up, right? So that support, it's going to help Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, as well as, you know, Kid Gohan. We'll be able to get his guaranteed additional super, which will increase the odds of getting the hidden potential additional super too. Although hopefully, you know, this guy gets a hidden potential. Well, rather, hopefully he actually practices additional in general. And then if I can get a hidden potential from there, I mean, that would definitely be very nice. I mean, mine's only 55%, but I think I have like 9 additional on him or something. Okay, so no dodges. We're just not feeling the dodges today, huh, Goma? Alright, man. I see you, you fucker. Whatever. Yeah, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So he's gonna throw out like a barrage here. And that is the thing with, like, his attacks, you know, he does get the build up. You know, he needs 8 attacks total. It's like, it feels so weird going from a character that, like, it's just like an onslaught, just non-stop, like, not the highest attack stats, but, you know, he's doing a bunch of them, and then he just, like, does nothing. I don't know, it just, like, feels so weird from, like, a design choice. Like, I don't understand the point and why they designed them this way. You know, like, usually you can, like, see some sort of point in, like, a design, right? You know, Garlic Jr. with his whole I'm immortal sort of thing, so they give him, like, 80 different sources of getting, like, damage reduction. He has a revive. Like, they're trying to make him not be the reason you lose, while also being a huge support for the demonic power team, which has really been building up, right? So, you know, they don't want to free-to-play LR to be the star of the show, so he's not like a slot 1 material or anything, but he's pretty good. You know, Goma. I mean, they literally have the 3 attacks thing, where, I mean, you get hit 3 times and the Demon Eye pops out of your head. Like, makes sense. Really? You took that much? Oh, super? God damn. I mean, I'm alive, I suppose. That's really unfortunate. I mean, there's nothing for me to do here other than he has to be floated off. See, and this is the thing. So I don't have any of his build-up whatsoever. He's 600k start a turn. Right? 600k start a turn. And that's just with 1 Goma, 20%, and 1 AGL Kid Gohan. Right? So it's like, they just built him, like, so well. I'm realizing, fuck. There's not actually an attack in slot 1. I suppose, I mean, at least they'll get the guaranteed additional super. Or not the guaranteed additional super, I don't know why I said that. I suppose at least I'll have the guaranteed support. The 20% SAA support. I don't know why I said guaranteed additional super there. So, getting the support is definitely the big thing. I mean, Buhan in particular, like, I know he's not as crazy as he was with the 10th anniversary. I still think he's pretty decent, though, overall. Like, he could certainly be worse. But you really do need to, like, the whole reason he's able to work on this team is, A, you got to get him his full damage reduction, right? And B, you got to have that SA phase support. So we only have 40%. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, Rose hasn't been hit yet. Or actually, no, that's false. He's been hit once. Yeah. 772,000. He can't really tank the big boy supers. He can still do a lot of damage, but that's out of his ballpark right there.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this team is certainly coming together. I wouldn't call it, like, perfect. I mean, I suppose, to be fair, right, I don't have many Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, if you had many Super Saiyan 4 Goku instead of Buhan, to be honest, I mean, the team, that's crazy. That would be crazy. Having my own, like, and I honestly, I could have gotten him too. That is something to consider. Like, I could have had him. I was going to get enough to pity him. I decided not to. I decided to save for anniversary. And as you saw at the start of, and every time I die, as you see, I have a decent bit of stones. I've been, once again, like, I just did, like, the intensive fight. I hadn't done Tamagami 2 and 3 until yesterday, or rather Tamagami 2 and 1 until yesterday. I still have a bunch of extra missions. You know, there's a reset my GT ESPR stage I haven't done. Like, there's still a decent bit, and honestly, there's still 2 of the burst minutes that I have not completed yet, which I do need to do soon, given that they go away in 2 or 3, maybe 4 days, something like that. So there's still a decent bit of stuff for me to do, right? There's a lot more stones coming between, like, the rank update that we know is coming, you know, like EZA, AGL Trunks. I imagine we're going to have at least another 2 or 3 EZA events by the time 11th anniversary starts, and, you know, like, all the login bonuses, and, like, what do they usually give for the New Year's, like, login bonus? Like, they usually give something for, like, hitting New Year's, don't they? Is it like 30 stones or something? I can't recall off the top of my head. Oh, I suppose that is actually something to note. I don't know that it'll come to fruition, and I don't know that it's enough to, like, I might, like, discuss this more so in depth later on, with, like bringing up the exact banners and like, going, you know, 1-to-1 and be like, okay, this is exactly what should be on the banner. But I have been considering, you know, and it really will depend on how much stones I have by this point, but I have been considering actually summoning on that. Okay, that's not a lot of, okay, really, Gohan. I've been considering summoning on the special, what's this box? Shit. I'm screwed here. Oh, goddamn. 710,000. I mean, I suppose because he has metamorphosis with Gohan, huh? You know, I think I know what I need to do here, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan at all. But this is the only thing that really makes sense to me. I don't know. I don't think I can. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. I don't think. I don't know. I'm not too sure this one's going to be successful either, but it's not a big deal. So that sort of special New Year's banner, I actually used to really look forward to that, right? Now last year, obviously, I did not end up summoning. I mean, I was saving for 10th anniversary. To be honest, I can't recall the last year that I did summon on it. But I do know that I used to really summon every single year. And, you know, I wouldn't have a lot of stones in the past. Like, you know, before you know, I wasn't, like, terrible about it. But before I made content for sure, I was not the best about saving my stones at all. You know, I think the most I'd had going into a celebration at all before was like 500 to 600 stones, and I forget what like celebration that even was, to be honest. It might have been like the 2023 Worldwide. I know I was really excited for that. I really thought it was going to be Future heading into it. Obviously I was right. So I don't know. But like last year I had, what was it, 800 or something going into the 9th anniversary? I mean, it's recorded, so I don't remember exactly how much, but I had a decent bit for sure going into that celebration. And then with 10th anniversary itself, I had about 1,050 by the time it started. So I would really like to be able to even beat that and be higher going into the 11th anniversary, especially because I really am confident that Namek will be part 1, and I am so excited for that. You fucking... Okay, I mean, he lived with the extra support he has, but still, that's... Come on, Gloria, don't do me like that, buddy. I don't know. It just... I'm trying to think about, like, what the best thing to do for my account is. Like, not even, like, the best thing is, like, oh, a content creator. Like, specifically for my account. I'm not really sure. Because that New Year's banner, I'm starting to get to the point, because I have been doing so well about saving, that I'm actually starting to start missing several Dokkan Fest TURs. And those that I do have, I'm missing several dupes for. At least in the sort of later characters, right? Like AGL Trunks, I never even pulled him. I do have him, but it was at a time when I think it actually was the 2023 Worldwide, now that I was talking about it before. I think there was some sort of pack where you could, like, pick a character for free, and I picked him. I remember getting him from a shop. I don't remember specifically it was 2023 Future Worldwide, but I think it might have been. So I only have him 55%. But besides him, I mean, I literally just, like, got Gohan and Piccolo, they're 55%. Super Trunks Tech, 55%. I still don't have, like, the Int Androids, or, like, Super 17, the STR Super Set, or, I said STR, and I stopped myself because I was like, no, Extreme STR, but I didn't even say Super. The Extreme STR, the sort of fusing one, it starts out as 17, Hellfighter 17. Oh, that's not, come on, man. Well, actually, no, because it's 4th from the start of turn. God damn it. That's so annoying that I'm getting forced to float him off then. Honestly, let me just keep Gohan in slot 1. Let's see what he's got for us. I think this could be very effective. Because, I mean, Goma's going to get hit by the AoE anyway. So might as well just, like, max out his damage here. So, I think we... Although, to be fair, I mean, Zamasu's going to heal before Goma or Garlic Jr. attack, but I think we could very well kill Zamasu here. With Gohan getting a lot of his defense lowering, I think it's definitely possible. We'll see, though. I think it should certainly set us up, at the very least. But yeah, so I'm starting to get to the point where I'm missing, like, a lot of Dokkan Fest TURs, at least in my opinion. And specifically from this year, I'm missing AGL, Same Day Goku. I only have 55% Cell. I don't have Tao at all. I do have Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and with dupes actually, I got them from TDC rather. I don't think I have any dupes in my hit. I suppose Baby was the next Dokkan Fest TUR. I don't have him. I don't have Mini 4Q. I don't have, which they replaced this slot this year, but I don't have Gohan, Goten, Trunks. Like, there are actually a lot of characters I'm starting with. And a lot of those I mentioned particularly for a certain reason. So I do expect that potentially, I'm not gonna say it's guaranteed, but I think it's definitely possible. And like I said, I may go over this more in detail in a different video, but I think it's definitely possible we'll have, not like the GDC LRs by any means. Oh, that's not good. Well, actually, he'll probably live, right? Yeah, double digits. That's huge. I mean, we took a bit of damage from Rose there, unfortunately, but we are alive. Although, it's not looking too good here. Gohan lock slot 1. I don't know about all that. I could do something about that, though. Should I is another question. I don't know. I think it's time to use the AGL Kid Gohan active.
Leave the rest to me. I went through Mr. Piccolo's training. I won't lose that easy.
I need to put a lot of faith into Gohan here. So he's at 410,000. We get the 13 orbs, and he's up to 760. That's still not a lot, to be honest, but I think it's as good as I'm gonna get from him. And specifically, I do think like holding on to Goma here is probably a pretty good idea. I don't know. I may very well die here. Okay, no, they were both normals. So, I mean, he lives that, and then we should be able to kill Zamasu here. As long as he gets a triple super, I suppose. Which is very likely, but not guaranteed. And we do. Okay, huge. So now it's just Rose to really have to worry about here. Although, to be fair, like, this is good that Zamasu is dead. I could actually potentially finally fucking win with demonic power against here. However, right? I don't know, like the revive. I could force it on turn 7, I suppose. I could definitely force it. Maybe I could get to see it. Maybe, just maybe. I definitely want to get that revive in and try and see some gameplay from it, but... Oh my god. No, fuck. Am I dead? Does he live this? Oh. No, he doesn't. I figured he won it. I mean... Considering how built Rose was up to that point, like, it's not, like, horrible. Right? Especially because, like, we weren't having the unit super. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this revive is just so fucking impossible for me to see. Like, I've seen some people, like... You know, other people have had success with this. Like, on Twitter, I've seen, like, people when Garlic Jr. came out, you know, it was the same day that 16 came out, I found it really funny that everyone was talking about Garlic Jr. and nobody was talking about 16. I found that hilarious. But yeah, so I saw a lot of people were actually, like, getting the... Because I have actually seen the revive animation, but not, like, in my own game. Right? I have not once procced his revive for myself. But I have seen what the animation looks like. And it seemed like a lot of people were posting about it, so I was like, oh, it won't be the most difficult. But apparently, with my luck, it's the most difficult goddamn thing in the world, is what I've been led to believe. Because I could just not get this fucker to pop. No matter what I try to set up, it never works out, unfortunately, so... I mean, it's very frustrating. I definitely would like to see it. Because he gets that huge attack boost, too, and he gets that guaranteed additional... to say super, it's guaranteed additional with a high chance of becoming super. It's not guaranteed. So I mean, I'd definitely like to see that for sure, but it's not panning out that way. And once again, I mean, part of the idea of doing this was sort of, okay, let's see what Garlic Jr. can do. And to be fair, I've seen a lot of decent stats from him. I mean, he's been ranging between 30 to like 40 some odd mil. Now, only being like one guaranteed attack, is that by itself like really, really exceptional? Not really, to be honest, but it's not like horrible either. That's, well, this is kind of horrible. So, I mean, when we're not next to Goma, right, we do have Big Bad Boss as well as Metamorphosis next to Gohan. But I don't have, what do I even, I'm cooked. Because, like, I can't even get the support. Right? I can't even get the support. Oh my god. Well, no, never mind. Because I suppose there is... No, I actually didn't get it. For a second there, I thought it was literally only the heal. But then I realized there was actually an attack behind it. But no, I still didn't even get the additional to proc. That's crazy. I failed 270% chances. How the fuck did that just happen? Damn it. So now we have the issue of Gohan's support is not active, the phase 2. So I'm already low on HP. Yeah, I don't know, like, Mini 4Q would be a huge help for this team. I mean, the amount of damage he can deal, and the amount of support this team has, I mean, he should be very effective. It's definitely very unfortunate that I don't have him, but, like, I don't know. I could have gone for Pity, but I really do think he's going to have a fast return. I'd say fast, but relatively speaking. I think he'll return part 2 of the 11th anniversary, because that's when I'm expecting Daima Adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku to release. So I guess we'll have to see, but I'm pretty confident that's how it's going to play out. But yeah, what I was saying before I got off track with like the actual what was happening in the game here, I do think it's possible that up to like Golden Frieza, Gogeta, as well as like Wrath Broly, that all of like the Dokkan, I mean they do have them separated into different banners, like the Dokkan Fest as well as like the Carnival Yellow Point LR. But I think it's possible that it goes up to Golden Frieza Gogeta, and then we have like all the Dokkan Fest TWRs, and like the the Carnival LR, like Cal Khalifa, right? We have all those sort of characters, but we don't have like Anniversary or GDC. But everything else from this year, I'm pretty sure up to Golden Frieza and Gogeta and Wrath Broly, I think should be on the New Year sort of step up banner. Which means, I mean, Gohan, Goten, Trunks would return, if I am correct. Which would make it a very valuable banner.
Let's do this.
Not only because I'm just missing a lot in general, but I am missing that character in particular. And obviously, I mean, that character is really, really strong. So I don't know, like, it's going to be hard to really consider. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, though. Like, if it's not... This looks horrible. What the fuck? Like, if it's not, on there, I don't want to get, like, too excited for, like, the possibility or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still really thinking about it. I may end up summoning when that time comes around. I may just also, like, not. I don't know. Because it'd be really cool to just, like, head into 11th anniversary with... I mean, honestly... Like, if we have the rank update, and if they follow the exact same logic that they did before, so I'm pretty sure. So they said that the accumulated XP could get you up to a max of rank 1109. I'm pretty confident I'll hit that. Now, to be fair, I only hit rank 999 last year in October. But with like Dokkan Day this year, right? As well as just the amount of like room leveling I've done, even outside of Dokkan Day, I feel like I've gotten a decent bit, to be honest. I feel like I should definitely have the XP accumulated to hit 1109. And if I don't, it should probably be pretty close, but essentially I am expecting, once again, so long as they follow the same logic, and if that sort of same stone rank up logic does go all the way up to level 2000, who knows? But even specifically just up to 1109, because they left it off at level 500 before. So, you know, if they go up to from 500, if they follow the same logic, it should be like 240 stones that I'll get as soon as that goes live. Should be. I want to really, because I've said this several times now, and I keep saying should be. You know, if they. Like, I don't want the onus to be on me and like get people hyped up, and it doesn't happen. You know,
Right,
like
let's do this.
I don't want that. I'm just following the logic that they have in the game. So, and that logic, by the way, I'll post it on it. So it's every 100 levels, you know, 400, 500, etc., was 20 itself. And then every 20 levels, 520, 540, 560, 580, were 5 apiece. Right? So in total, you'd get 40 stones for 100 levels, essentially. So you could see the logic there. If, you know, they finished off at 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000, 1100. 6 instances of 100, right? I mean, it should be 240. I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but it should be. We'll have to see, though. I mean, who knows? Come on, can I please see more of Garlic Jr.? I want to get this fucking revive in. I really do, but man, I also don't want to, you know, go for like 3 fucking hours here just trying to fish for this motherfucker.
Alright, let's do this.
I mean, that is the thing. You know, I did say at the beginning, you know, I'd go for like a solid hour or something. And I'll still go for a little bit longer here, but I've honestly started to lose like any hope of being able to get this fucker to like actually happen for me. It feels cursed. I don't know. I can just not get this fucking revive. I mean, I guess I don't know. I hate that it's start of turn. I always like 2023 really made a lot of us hate the start of turn shit. You know, a lot of people don't really even think about, you know, like part of like the we Saiyans have no limits. Like part of the meme there was they updated and then they even screwed the character over specifically, just for shits and giggles. But they updated how a certain sort of interaction would work. And to be honest, it's been so long that I forget the exact like specifics of it. But essentially, it was something like so like take the tech Janemba, the fat Janemba into the Super Janemba card, right? They got an EZA this year. So pre-EZA, right? You could grab the orb. Well, I suppose he does work this way still, but you could grab the orbs and I think it was his guard that you would get. So you could grab the orbs, and then like use like a rage mode or something, or like a giant form. And then after that ended, you'd still have the orbs like acquired, sort of. So if you then transformed, you could get like guard onto Super Human. So it was a tech that worked sort of like that. And they went out of their way right before Blue Vegito dropped to change the interaction. And I think it affected even more characters like AGL Captain Ginyu. So they like adjusted all those characters. Like, you know, Tech Janemba got 1 turn of guaranteed guard to account for them sort of like patching that. So that they went out of their way to screw over Vegito Blue, and then they even made it so I don't get why they even made that update happen, because it was clearly meant for Vegito Blue, but because of how they designed him, maybe it was like a last minute decision with like the turn count stuff, you couldn't even get it. So like they just really went out of their way to screw that character over so much, and that's part of why it became such a big meme. You know, that's like the one character that is transcending the Dokkan battle community, which is why, by the way, I really do think that so I know we got like the tagged blues and tagged Rose Zamasu this year. I would not be surprised, and don't put me like on a stake for this, but I would not be surprised to see like part 2 of GDC next year be sort of similar to how we had like with GT this year, where it's future and it's just like straight up standalone Vegeta Blue, straight up standalone fused Zamasu. Honestly. And they very well could. It'd be really funny, honestly. But they could even make like part 1. You know, with like GT, because there's a lot of GT stuff for next year too. So it's certainly going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out. But I would highly anticipate that those cards, Vegeta Blue, like the Saiyan Stat limits, are going to get their EZA next year when they are in line, because Dokkan knows, like, I don't think they like fully understand, but they know how hype that sort of unit is, so I mean they'll definitely want to I don't know, I mean maybe they will hold on to them and try and make it like extra, like, you know, a lot of anticipation for it, but I just really don't see it, honestly. I don't know, we'll have to see though. It's very exciting though. I mean, heading into another anniversary, and I mean, it's what, like, it's not fully 2 months at this point. It's a little shy of 2 months at this point. So, I mean, we're just getting closer and closer and closer. I just, once again, I do want to have as much sounds as possible heading into it all. I mean, once again, with my stone count that I have already, and even just considering, like, if the rank thing does work in the same way that it has worked, I mean, I should be over 700 already, and that's without considering, you know, login bonus, any events I have uncleared, any events they add, any, like, just gifts they give out. Like, I'm gonna have... Oh, also the special chest thing. The special chest missions they have. Those... I mean, that could... Goddamn. 2.2. He's 1,045,000. I was not paying attention. Did my Goma double... He musta. He double supered, huh? Because there's no way I'd be this high without it. Well, that's very interesting. Okay. Well, that's huge. You know what's not huge, though? The fact that I can only get 1 Rainbow Key Sphere for Buhan. That's not so good. That's really not so good at all. God damn it. That may screw us over here. Fuck. Please, Buhan. I need you to cook, buddy. 1 Rainbow Key Sphere, I know it's not a lot, but you got this. Right, just be a fucking normal. Rose, please. Okay, he had mercy. Let's go. Yeah, so I don't know. If I roll into anniversary with, and to be fair, you know, I did go into 10th anniversary. You know, with like 1,050 stones or something. And that was my biggest shaft of all time. The start of 10th anniversary, biggest shaft of all time. In 1,050 stones, once again, it's literally all recorded. You could see. I mean, it was pretty. Once I got it, you know, a good like 450 in, it started to just go really downhill. That session was not. He fucking double-digit tanked that. I know he was a million star to turn, but what the fuck? I mean, Rose's not like the most built up, but he's, you know, he's been supered 3 times. That's certainly very interesting for me to see. That is fucked. I mean, I have to play it out like this. I don't want to use the transform just yet while the intro is still up. I think, in my opinion, it's better to try and hold on to it. So that's what I'm going to do here. I am concerned about Gloria, but I think this is the best thing I can do. But yeah, so, I mean, I literally got, it was, I forget the exact amount, but it was something between like 5 to 8 featured. And, you know, the thing that was like really like rubbing the salt into the wound about it, is like I couldn't even like use, I think, like any of the characters I got, or at least most of them I couldn't. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. And then, of course, I mean, the rest of the 10th anniversary was really insanely lucky for me, but that first, like, 1,050 or so, I mean, it was awful. So I would like to have as much stones as possible heading into what I believe is going to be Namek Part 1. Because that is just about the hypest thing that it could be for me personally. I would be very, very excited for that. I definitely am. I don't want to get like too hyped up to the point where it's like, if it's not Namek, fuck 11th anniversary, I'm uninstalling. Like, you know, you don't want to do all that. Right? I think a lot of what contributed to a lot of the like disappointment within this year that certain people had, and this is honestly fair. I mean, there's some things like where people have been burnt out, and you know, that I don't think that's fair to really get so like aggravated at the game over. You know, people just get burnt out naturally. I mean, you could say some things the game did cause you to feel that way, but you know, even if the game is doing everything perfectly, people can get burnt out. But specifically, like, the way they held on to Daima for so long, you know, that was definitely, like, not so good. The only thing I can really think of why they did that, and, I mean, if you see in the data, so Android 16, if you look at, like, the equips, you can see like which characters were made first. It like sorts in that order. So Android 16 was made before Mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku and before the manga characters. Because you can tell because he has his own special sort of equip. So I don't know. Personally, I found that very intriguing. So, I mean, to me at least, it clearly indicates that they've been putting the work in on these cards. And it just clearly with how like Dokkan does animations where they look so good. Honestly, even when I was a Legends player, I've never been like, oh my god, I love that LF. Like I don't know, like the Goku Frieza one I really liked, but besides like that one, I've never been like the biggest fan of a lot of the LFs. Like I definitely prefer Dokkan's like 1-to-1 style, but I guess it just takes a really long time for them to animate it and animate it in a way that looks like exceptional. So, I mean, that is something that's really important to think about, is even when the anime finally does return, we're probably going to have to wait. I know it sucks, but we're probably going to have to wait quite a while to, you know, like, you know, it'll be the Moro arc, right? We'll have to wait a while for Spirit Fish and Vegeta, right? The Moro, what is the form name? Like Susanoo UI Goku, like all that sort of stuff. Like, you know, unfortunately, we will have to end up waiting for a lot of it. So, at least I think so. I don't know. I mean, I do anticipate. I know we've been down this road a lot before, but you know, that's another reason why I'm so excited for 11th anniversary. Is with that stage going on for Dragon Ball, I really do think they're going to announce the anime is at least being made. I don't know about returning like next year specifically, but at least that it's being made, I think they will announce. So I'm just like so excited. Honestly, I think now is the time to pop the Goma, right? His intro's worn off at this point. And I think this is just the best thing to do. So I don't trust AGL Kid Gohan in slot 1 there, so we're gonna play this out. And then, obviously, I'm going to do the active on Zamasu immediately.
There's no way anyone can beat me in my current state. Now perish!
Okay, he's dealt with. I can probably... Not guaranteed, but I can probably do something here now. I might have a chance to win. I'm going to be very particular about my orbs here, because I could honestly end up getting like a full field of orbs for like Gohan or something. Because the tech orbs will go into Rainbow. And then isn't the It orb changing? Isn't it just like random? I could be wrong, but I think it's just like randomized. Yeah, I'm actually not too sure about that, to be honest. I think it's randomized though, so I do need to. I'm trying to set up as many orbs as possible. I suppose that could end up getting me killed. To be fair, if like I end up with an option of either I use Gohan like slot 1 or I don't get the orbs for him. I suppose that definitely could happen, but I don't know. We'll see. Now Zamasu is dead, so although this is technically the same turn, so will the lock even? How's that gonna play out? So the lock is gone. Okay. Well, my initial thought just tells me right here. See, and this is what I was talking about, is if I don't, I think I maybe want to do this, honestly, but I'm not sure it'll be... That gets me 18 orbs as well. That could be pretty crazy. 708,000. Okay, I mean... We'll see what happens here. He could do a lot of damage, though. I mean, he would... Even with 18 orbs, you know, his full damage reduction, I think he probably would just die. If he were to get hit by the super. But we can work with this, I think. So it's 77 mil on this Goma, by the way. Goma is just so crazy. And then the additional super, 45.6. Can I get the hidden potential? Yes, I do! Oh my god. So that's 40% SA phase. I'm not gonna say it's gonna, like, it could, like, save us. But that would help Buhan tank a lot better. And we have not seen the super, so this is 39.4. Wait, this attack lowers? Oh no, man. You're kidding. Does Goma's Giant Form get rid of the super? I don't know that it does. So, you know, if it doesn't, then... Really? It does? Well, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Oh my god. I can finally get it, probably. We're just playing the turn out. I suppose I might as well go for the max stack here. It's not gonna really change too much. I think I suppose I could end up dying. Or, not dying, I suppose I could end up, like, traditionally winning and not dying. Honestly, I think Glorio's the safest person on this turn, unironically. So I got the hidden potential additional super. I really think Glorio. So the super is hitting Garlic Jr. I've used the STR and the physical key spears this run, right? So I only have Int and AGL I can use. Finally getting the revive in, thank God. Let's see this. Oh, what? I don't know why, but it did not... Like I said, I've seen it, but it feels a lot shorter seeing it like in my own game, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It probably doesn't, to be honest. Okay, well... Fuck. I don't want to use the active. Shit. I don't know. I don't fucking know. He'd be pretty tanky. How much attacks have I done? Oh yeah, he's got enough. Oh fuck. Because Gohan could die from a super is what I'm trying to like think about. I mean, Gohan would probably die too, but he's definitely like safer, right? I think this is the best decision I can make here. I don't think it's necessarily a good one, but it's the best one. So I'm gonna play it out. We'll see what happens. Okay, double digits off the AoE normal. That's good. 83.1? What? No big bad bosses. No metamorphosis, or he doesn't have metamorphosis. No thirst for conquest. Interesting. So the super is against Gohan here then. And I kind of got really robbed with Goma. And the additional didn't proc until his third time being hit. This is going to be fully built up Rose versus fully built up Gohan. Oh my god. Oh my god, no way. I finally get the fucking revive. And then I lose. Oh, fuck. What I should have done, I could have gone for the win, but I didn't want to. I wanted the showcase. God damn it. I should have used Gohan's active and kept Buhan in slot 2. That's what I should have done. I would have killed for sure. For sure. But I really wanted to try and get Garlic Jr. his time to shine. For fuck's sake. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Honestly, I feel like that's the perfect way to sum it up too. I finally get the revive, but then I still can't actually show it. God damn it. Okay, well, I mean, I did say, I was going to go for like a solid hour or so. I mean, we're at an hour 4 here. I mean, this doesn't go as exceptional as I would have preferred, but we did get to see a lot from Garlic Jr. as well as Super Saiyan 2 Gohan here, so... there's that. And to be fair, I mean, Garlic Jr. did put up some good stats. I mean, we got to see several, like, really interesting turns from him. I mean, getting up to 1,000,000 start of turn was definitely very, very crazy. But alas, in the end, I could not get what I wanted. Goddamn. Well, I suppose it is what it is. Yeah, I think I will probably just end this one here. I got some more stuff I want to record too, so I'm really disappointed, but like I don't want to jump into like another hour straight just trying to get like after the revive. And I've already tried fishing for, you know, that first Rose Zamasu showcase. I did end up doing like another like 30 minutes of attempts, like within like when I cut away, trying to get to the point where I could get a revive up, but I just could not get lucky enough. So I don't know. Garlic Jr.'s revive does not like me, I guess. Very unfortunate that I cannot really readily get it to proc, but I guess it is what it is. I mean, he still looks really good for a free-to-play LR for sure. Overall, he does look really crazy. And the fact that I was able to do like higher damage with like Garlic Jr. than like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan at times is, you know, 10th anniversary LR versus Battlefield free to play. Oh my god, that's so crazy to think about. I don't know. I think I will probably just end this one here though. That's I could have won, but I didn't go for it because I wanted to go for like showcasing, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I'm just gonna end this one here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Take care.